Ready to feel chills down your spine? Let's dive into the darkest corners of Reddit. Tonight, we're uncovering true horror stories shared by ordinary people. Stories that will stay with you long after you've scrolled away. So grab your headphones, turn off the lights, and let's get started. I just woke up from this. Worst dream I've ever had. My first time posting here. I needed a place to share. First off, something like this have never happened before. I don't know what triggered it or what to think of it. I'm not going to go into detail, but I am going to share the main premise. This dream lasted 174 years. In the dream, that is. In the real world, it was only a few hours. I've heard of drugs that can do that to you, but I've never taken anything not prescribed by my doctor. I've had no change in medication, but now that I think of it, today was incredibly stressful. I'm scared to go back to sleep. Any advice? Man, 174 years in a nightmare? That's not a dream. That's a life sentence plus overtime. This dude lived longer than most civilizations in one single night. And the worst part? He has no idea why it happened. If I woke up from that, I wouldn't close my eyes again until 2030. My advice? Lights on, warm tea, and if possible, sleep with a save file next time. Pure psychological horror. All being said, let's hear the next story. I am scared. Please someone listen. Hey guys, this happened with me just a few minutes ago. I was talking in a call with my friend and I was lying on bed. It's 12:11 a.m. here in India, and I experienced something like a small kind of sleep paralysis. I was lying on my back and closed my eyes for a few minutes. Then suddenly I started feeling weight in my chest and my body was in kind of locked condition, and I was trying to open my eyes, but I was unable to open them. And I started coughing, like something was choking me, and suddenly opened my eyes and I was free. But now I am scared and trying to calm my mind by listening to some music. Bro, that is terrifying. Sleep paralysis is one thing, but coughing like something's choking you? That's a whole different level of nope. The fact that he couldn't open his eyes while his body was locked. Yeah, that's straight nightmare fuel. Honestly, I'd be blasting music too. Lights on, sitting up, pretending sleep doesn't exist. This is the kind of experience that makes you rethink laying on your back ever again. I have nightmares almost every day, of every kind. Disgusting and visceral, bombs exploding in war, classic horror kinds, public humiliation, impossible stressful tests, computer breaking, good old running from wild animals and so on. I thought I've seen it all. Well, this one began on a summer day. Me and my chemist friend stumbled upon this unsupervised kid in a yellow garment. 6 years of age, big brown eyes. I was reluctant, but my friend approached and spoke. The kid was smelly but enthusiastic to hug us. I was uncomfortable, but reciprocated warmly. It was apparent they were neglected. I sensed my overly rational friend's energy changing. I remained detached and mentioned social services, sensing their thought of acquiring a random kid. But their intention kept solidifying the more this kid jumped and talked. There was something off about child's speech, some impediment like cerebral palsy, but different. I didn't think much of it. My friend finally decided they will adopt and treat kids' condition, whatever that was. I was weirded out, but sure, some people are just more parental and less busy than I am, I guess. Their bonding was fast and natural. The kid was delighted. I wished them luck. Several years later, I've met the two again, and I had no words for what I saw. So the kid haven't grown, but actually shrunk in size. Their limbs were nothing but shriveled skin appendages dangling from the sides of the body as they were sitting in this advanced metal baby carrier. Their neck was almost as thick as the body. On top of it, there was pale, a bald head always facing the ceiling. The mouth hole with no lips stretched through almost the entire jaw. Nothing was left of a kid's natural profile. Flaps of flesh closing and opening to breathe. Barely remaining and obviously not functioning ears, nose, and eyes. The kid bent their weird neck like a reverse swan, and my friend fed the mouth with a straw. No human voice was remaining to even have a speech impediment, just soft pain-filled moans. I reasonably asked what happened, and my chemist friend described how they were medicating the child through the years in so many ways, but the condition just kept worsening. I knew that was some fucking horse shit. It was the medicine, always the medicine. Side effects appeared and were treated with a stronger self-made medicine until this. But it wasn't the most disturbing part. It was actually the love. I saw how the friend had devoted their life to this, physically carrying this barely alive body, caressing the deformed head and knowing exactly every tilt of it meant. And the child was just so trusting, left with no chance to have a moment without suffering. I was so disturbed and enraged. Instead of ignoring this mild weirdness, they have made it their mission to fix it. And oh my God, this is just my mother trying to treat my transsexuality. I was young. It was a minor, easily fixable issue. But thanks to her not letting me make this mistake and letting herself make 1 billion of them, I was forced into conversion. Something so inconsequential like a different gender turned into a multi-year nightmare and lifelong deformities. Thank you for your love. The real horror in this story isn't the deformation, it's the intention behind it. The chemist never wanted to hurt the child. They wanted to fix something that was never broken. Every pill, every treatment, every solution slowly erased a person in the name of care. What stayed with me wasn't the ruined body, but the devotion, feeding through a straw, memorizing every sound of pain, thinking it was love. That's the darkest part, when someone truly believes they're saving you while destroying everything you are. Not all monsters hate. Some just can't accept difference, so they try to cure it. And those cures can leave scars that never heal. If this made you think or made you uncomfortable, good. That means something inside you is still listening. I'll be back with another voice from the dark soon. Until then, keep your eyes open and your mind even more. See you in the next one.